Good morning from a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day. Oh, it's like summertime today. The sun's out, blue skies. I don't see a cloud, well, maybe a couple of tiny little clouds in the sky. A gentle breeze. It's getting up to about 76 today, I think. It feels so good. I could sit out here all day and just soak in the sun, except for the fact that I have jeans on. I'm starting to get a little bit hot. I should probably either go put shorts on or double deodorant. Otherwise my kids later are going to be going, "Mom, you stink." But it's so worth it. It feels so good. Jeff decided to go running today. Well, he runs most days, but this morning he said, I kind of need you to pick me up at such and such park. It's like, okay, I'm here now. It's so pretty here. I love woods. Love woods. I kind of grew up with woods all around me in my backyard. I used to play in the woods, climb the trees, just spend all day in the woods. And this brings back wonderful memories. But I was driving here and it took me a good 30 minutes to get here. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm driving, but he's running. The man is running a good 20 miles or so today. If I walk for 20 minutes, I think I'm doing good. You know, I have these crazy thoughts that go through my mind when he does long runs like this. Like, what if he has a heat stroke and he just falls out somewhere and I have no idea? Nobody knows. He's like in the middle of the woods somewhere, just passed out. That crosses my mind. What if he goes on a little stretch where there's no sidewalk? And so he's running close to the road and a car hits him, or a car mirror hits him. Or what if he's running through the woods and he trips on a root and he breaks his arm or something? Why do I think these things? I think I have an overactive imagination. Look at this place. It's really kind of neat. I'm sitting in an amphitheater here at the park, sort of out in the middle of the woods. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at all the benches you can sit on. And a platform. You wanna, who knows what. Just this week, there was another school shooting down in Florida where so many people died. Too many. One is too many, but multiples died with this one. And it's so sad. It's heartbreaking. And I sit here and wonder, what can we do to help prevent this from happening later? I want to do a shout out for two teachers who I've heard of who are doing really good things. One is my daughter's teacher, who recently, she realized that there was not so nice stuff going on between the kids in the class. I don't know if they were talking down to each other or name calling or ignoring people, but it wasn't the environment that she wanted fostered in her classroom. And so her assignment was for the kids to go home and to write a compliment about every single child in the class. And she would anonymously compile each grouping and give each child the list of compliments from their classmates. And it was such a good exercise because there is good and wonderful in every single person, and sometimes we can forget that, especially if it's someone who maybe has caused trouble in the past, and we kind of think of that person as they were in the past. But to stop and to think about positive things about everybody. We could do that in life wherever we go, rather than judge and put people down and think of ways that we don't like somebody. What if we intentionally look for ways that we do like people. Intentionally look for things that people are doing good and right and build those up. What if we give genuine compliments to people all the time? I know it helped this classroom, so I commend that teacher for doing that. That was a very good assignment, very worthwhile. The second teacher, but I read about her, I think it was on Facebook recently, and ever since Columbine happened, years ago, ever since then, every Friday, and she doesn't really tell the children what she's doing, but she has an agenda. Every Friday, she has the kids in her class give her names of people that they would like to sit with, and they would ask them to give names of children who they think should be noticed for something that they've done, or good things that they've done, or who should receive a citizen's award. And she said when the children go home, they all fill these out. They know to expect it every week. But she lays them all out on her desk, and she looks for patterns. Not actually patterns of children who are succeeding in her class, but patterns of who are being ignored in the class, or who are the children who aren't being noticed in the class, or who are the children whose talents aren't being seen, or that nobody's talking about in the class. She looks for patterns of loneliness, basically. She gives time to all the children, but she lets those who are lonely really know that she sees them and for all that they're worth, and she tries to incorporate them more into the life of the class, because she believes that all outward violence, a lot of it stems from a standpoint of being lonely, and she wants to help combat that as much as she can. So whoever this teacher is, I want to give her a shout out. With her seemingly tiny little efforts, she's doing something huge. She's touching the hearts of all these little kids, helping them to see that they're important. So I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts today. First, you're important no matter who you are. Even if you're lonely and it seems like nobody sees you, you're so important. You really are. And I pray that God surrounds you with somebody, even one person, who will reach out to you. Or if you're on the other side, I want you to intentionally look around at the world and those people who seem to kind of disappear into the corners, or who find it hard to interact with others. Take a moment to go up to them and say hi, if nothing else. Let them know that you see them. And you never know, you might change that person's world for the better. So if we're going to make this world a better place, we got to work together, and we've got to be intentional about it. So pass on the love, people. Pass on the care. I know that's what God wants us to do. And that's it for today. If you hear anything that you like here, I'd love it if you would subscribe to this channel. And there really shouldn't be any lonely people in this world. There are way too many people for anybody to ever feel lonely. But we've got to do our part. Please share. Share with others so the message can get out. I'll see you tomorrow.